all set? We all set? Everybody's green lights off? This is a common council meeting to be held on Tuesday, May 16th, 2023 at 7 p.m. The meeting is called to order. Would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Drewzwicki.
Present.
Alderperson Bailey.
Present.
Alderperson Kastner.
Present.
Alderperson Akers.
Present.
Alderperson Sarian is excused.
Okay, item B is opening prayer. We have Pastor Tim Vick here this evening.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Appreciate the opportunity to open up in prayer. This is Police Week, where we're recognizing police around the nation that have served our communities and have given up their lives protecting us. So I want to remember them specifically this evening while we open in prayer. Dear Jesus, we thank you so much for this night. Thank you for this group of people that are here. I pray that you would give us wisdom and honor while we have discussion. Thank you for the police and the fire that respond and protect our city and all those other emergency responders. Be with us this evening, be with our city, and keep it safe. In Jesus' name, amen.
Item C is a pledge of allegiance. If you'd please join me and remove your hats if you so inclined. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Moving along, I'd entertain a motion to approve the May 2nd, 2023 Common Council minutes.
Motion for approval. A second.
Motion by Kastner, second by Alderperson Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Under Mayor's report, I don't have one right now, other than Jansen Fest is coming up, Memorial Day weekend. I want to thank everyone for the contributions and everything that goes into that event. They currently, in front of our library, you may see some construction going on near the Law Enforcement Center. That's the new Veterans Memorial that's being put into place and being paid for entirely by Jansen Fest with help from our DPW. We're hoping to have that by fall. It should be in place. But the generosity of that festival has been spectacular for the city, and I encourage you all to attend. Aldermanic reports this evening. Announcements. Other than the farmers market has started the first weekend of May. I think there's more than pansies now at this time of the year. I'm not sure. Might be another
Lots of
month or
people
so
there.
before we get into the meat and potatoes of it. But
Also, there's, just so people remember that it's closed during Dan Jansen Fest Memorial
it is
Weekend.
closed Memorial Day weekend. Yep. I guess another announcement is the Greater Greenfield Lions Club is having their car show at Kowicki over Memorial Day weekend. There'll be another car show, I believe, during Dan Jansen Fest at Dan Jansen Fest. Right?
There's so lots of them.
I think they're having one. They have it on a different day, though. I'm not sure how they work that out. Okay, H citizen commentary. I think there is. So, is anyone here that doesn't live in a condominium behind a bar that signed this sheet? Okay. Prior to the meeting, I talked to a couple of the folks out there from the condo. Is there one person that can express? You're the president, right? So if you could come up to the microphone, or whoever, or the two of you go up to the microphone, that would be great. So just to be clear, so we can cut it to the short, this relates to items 20 and 21, I believe, of the agenda. 20 is an approve an outdoor special event application for Daniels Place Bike Night Wednesdays on May 31st, June 7th, June 14th, June 21st, and June 28th. And 21, which is approve an outdoor special event application for Daniels Palace Car Show Nights on June 1st, 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. That's what you're here for, right?
Correct, Mayor.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm David Carpenter. I'm the president of the Oak Brook Condo Association, which is going to be greatly affected by this event if you approve it. The reason we're here tonight is because we think the noise impact and the age and the health of a lot of our citizens along that border that backs up to that bar would be greatly affected. So we would certainly ask for your consideration tonight, those facts. And at this point, I'd like to turn it over to Janet Geyer, who's resident backs directly up behind the bar. Janet?
Thank you. Yes, I'm Janet Gauger, and the property located is 3800. My address is 3837 South 106th. So, you can see I'm kitty corner to the bar. I represent, hopefully, very well some of my neighbors here that are going to be directly impacted. Let me just say, our row of condos, which is like 7, all of our decks are facing the bar. All of our decks are facing the bar. Most of our bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms are facing the bar. We would like to enjoy our summer months, keeping our windows open, enjoying our decks, sitting in our kitchens, having our coffee, and just enjoying the summer months as best we can with our windows open. This will not happen. We will not be able to enjoy this. We will not be able to enjoy our gardens. We won't even be able to watch TV. Okay, that having said, we are a senior community. We are an elderly group. Some of us are not as well as we'd like to be anymore. This is not going to be good for some of our health. Okay, having said all that, let's get to the worst of it. Nighttime comes. We all know 10 o'clock may come, the bar is going to say, okay, music is over, we're done. That does not happen. Some of our nice little group of patrons are going to take their bars and they're going to go over to the parking lot, beers in hand, rev up the Harleys, turn on the lights, and flash them into the neighbors' windows. Mr. Mayor, I think if you go back into your files and look under Oak Brook Village, you might find a complaint 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You'll know this to be true. We've even had 2 years, maybe 3, gunshots that were fired. I'm not saying it's going to happen this time. We've experienced it in the past. Okay, morning comes. Now we can look in our yards for beer bottles, condoms, some of them used, just saying, feces in our yards. Our yards have been used for urinating. We find all kinds of things hiding under our hostas. Yes, they're going to say they're going to pick it all up. Good intentions don't work. We've lived it. I've lived there 8 years. It doesn't happen. Good intentions just don't work. So I've said my piece. I'm sure I've forgotten a lot of things. I'm sure some of these folks will say a few things that I've forgotten, but I don't want to take up more time than I could probably go on for hours. So I thank you for your time, but this is not good to ruin our summers either. So thank you.
Mayor, I'd just like to add to it that I've had a phone conversation with the bar owner, Mr. Daniels, this morning, and so expressed some concern to him, and we're willing to work with him any way we can to correct the issue. So we are putting our hand out to that in that respects.
Okay. Is there anyone else that wants to add anything from the condo association?
My name's James Eiding, and I live at 3751 South Oak Brook. My condo abuts right against the parking lot of the dentist, which is next to the financial. But basically, I can see the bar lights shine right in through our windows, except now that one tree has leafed out. A couple concerns, if we ever want to sell our condos, the property value, if they know that there's going to be ongoing concerts and boom, 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 boom type stuff, all summer long, because this is only going to be for June. But if it works good and hey, this is good for us, they're going to keep on going on it. They're going to keep on trying. And so we have to nip this in the bud now, because we've had so much experience. Again, this is a new bar, and I'll say so far everything's been nice. It's been quiet, but we've experienced the police always coming in the backyards looking for knives. They had guard dogs with shotguns coming through, looking for a suspect. So we've had these issues. And when you have a bar and people are drinking and they're whooping it up, this is what you're going to attract. And like she said, on a personal note, I have health issues. I see an oncologist, I see a cardiologist. This is not good for me. I'm trying to go to sleep at night. And she said, it doesn't cut off at 10 o'clock. It's 11, 12. I'm calling the police at 1 o'clock in the morning because, if one of this, it talks about having motorcycles. It's bad enough we have motorcycles racing up and down Beloit Road all the time. Now we're going to have them right in the parking lots. And that one parking lot, I'm 10 feet away from the edge of that parking lot. We all are. We all are close. And even those who aren't butted up against the bar, you know, that sound carries. Everybody in this condo, everybody, even those who aren't here, are going to hear this noise, and they're going to hear it. And, you know, like the dentist and the financial guy, they go home at night, you know, but their parking lots become an extension of the bar. So really, you have 3 businesses there as one big bar. So I guess that's basically it, you know, because, and again, I can't discount enough. My next door neighbor, she also has, you know, cancer and stuff. So there's a lot of issues with people with health issues. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Does anybody have anything else to add? So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people that have signed up for citizen commentary. Is it a reflection of what was said at the mic among all of you? Okay. I also received a number of emails today, I think 5 or 6, that I've passed on to the city clerk. Let's see, I got Paula O'Connell, Margot Holsler, Ellen Urseg, and Mary Bukowski. And I don't see any of those people. Are any of those people here tonight? Okay, okay. So it's about 15 people. And the comments that were made by email were consistent with what was shared this evening.
Would the bar owner want to reach out to the condo association at this point, or would they want to wait until later?
I mean, this is a public meeting, it's citizen commentary. Certainly, you guys are welcome to discuss it with the bar owner. We can go to the item right now if we'd like to too, as far as the council is concerned, or you can delay until the next meeting, which is at the end of June, the 3rd week of June. It's up to you guys.
Well, the bar owner's here, actually.
So it's not it's agended. If we want to wait until, if we want to take items 20 or whatever numbers they were, 20 and 21 together, we can get to that now, and we can bring the bar owner up to discuss it if you'd like.
Might as well. It's fresh.
Okay, so we'll move to, I have 4 public hearings tonight too, so we got to get moving along. I go to items 20 and 21, which relate to the special event applications for Daniel's Palace for Bike Night and the Car Show. If you want to come up to the microphone, and you've heard some of the comments that were here this evening to discuss it.
I mean, I guess I really don't have too much to say about it. The main thing is we are new owners.
We have your name.
I'm Rachel Daniels.
Okay.
And this is Tom Daniels. We're the owners of Daniels Palace.
Okay.
We've been in there since November. We've run it very, very tight. We have security all the time, which is exactly what we're gonna carry to the outside. We're not gonna let the shenanigans run around or do all this stuff and run everywhere. We definitely run it very tight. We don't allow a lot of those things to happen. I think that kind of shows, since we've done it since January, we have lots of security lined up for all this. This is what we're gonna do. We're also trying to run a successful business. We wanna do things that are also gonna bring fun things to Greenfield.
I mean, I'm Tom Daniels. I do understand where they're coming from. I mean, that's the noisiest area I've ever seen. I mean, even when my place isn't running, you walk outside, it's gonna be noisy no matter what. I don't know how that's gonna be not noisy, even if I'm not doing this. They think they're definitely not gonna go on their patios and it's gonna be quiet because it's Highway 100. You know, it's pretty loud there in general, so I think that a lot of that, it would have to be pretty loud for them not to hear anything, to hear that over the noise of Highway 100, I believe, during the day. You know, I'm not gonna be running it. I didn't know how late you guys were gonna allow it to begin with. I know we wrote 2 to 10, but I really didn't think a band was gonna be cranking music till 10 o'clock, you know. I figured
So
Yeah,
what is the intention for the two shows? I mean, how
I would-
would the show work? If it was a bike night, what would it be like? What would you do?
I mean, I was definitely we were gonna entertain bands on Wednesday. I wasn't gonna have it, excessive so that it's so loud that we're getting complaints. I mean, I did talk to Dave today a little bit. I told him, hey, I'm definitely willing to work with you. We had a real good conversation.
So the band wasn't gonna be, all I saw was the time. You have to forgive me, I was on vacation last
No,
week
it's
for the
no
first
No,
time.
there's actually nothing out there. I mean,
So
But they
we,
haven't
so we
met
don't
with the-
know, I don't know if, the band is from 2 to 10, I don't know if.
Really don't have like a exact set time, but like the band is gonna be in the front of the building, not the back where the condos are. So it's in the front facing the street.
So I don't know, this is the problem that I think a lot of folks have, is no one has any idea really what it is, other than it's from 2 to 10 and it's a bike show or a car show. And it's like every week on Wednesdays or whatever nights it is, right? Honestly, that's all I saw. So it seems like there's still a little bit of a work in progress, if there's any hope for this.
Yeah.
Certainly when 15 residents on the day of, and it's not even a public hearing, so they weren't even noticed, right? I mean, usually when there's a public hearing, everybody gets a little thing in the mail and it says, be there, and we have 4 of them after this. So I think needs to be a little bit more discussion about what is what and where it is, and
including the police department too,
including the police department.
They haven't been-
So when,
approached either.
so in fairness, you guys have run a clean establishment, I think, since you've taken over in November, and I think the police would agree with that. But it was on the coattails of a really, the previous owner did things that probably jeopardized holding a license, maybe. It's not good in our city when we have shootings. It's not good when people are discharging firearms in parking lots. Maybe that's appropriate in other places, or it's commonplace in other places. That's one thing that we do not want to have happen here. We are a residential community predominantly, right? Highway 100 is a commercial corridor, there's no question about it. I live very close to it myself, and it is truly very noisy. I live next to the freeway. But I don't see any of the specifics to even vote on, and I'm not sure if the council wants to negotiate potentially what the terms and conditions are, and where people are parking, and what kind of security there is, and when the band is playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If
I
this-
think you need a lot more specificity. I attended Alderperson Acres. Brother is a pastor on 97th and Beloit. I won't pimp the church, because but I went to a car show there on over the weekend, and it was a lot of fun. There were 110 car shows there, and there was a little band, and they played for, I think, 2 hours or something like that, and it wasn't very loud, and I think everybody had a fun time looking at their cars. I mean, I certainly did. It was nice to see Barry. He hasn't aged well at all compared to me. We were at the same age. We used to throw snowballs at each other. But I digress. You just need to figure that out a little bit
coming
better.
from. We'll get a little bit more of it together and
You
more
need
of
to
the
get a little
time.
bit more in detail, and I think you need to work closely with them so that so everybody understands what the ground rules are and there aren't any surprises,
Yeah.
right? If you say there's security and there's a fight and the security left at 8 because the thing was over, and, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just,
Yeah,
most people that drive, I can't speak
Yeah.
for everybody that has a motorcycle, but people that
No,
usually
I
drive old
understand.
cars aren't usually drinking and riling things up because the cars are too valuable to do anything around, right?
Right.
I think you need to talk to them in greater detail.
And the police.
In many ways, you sort of need kind of their permission. If it's a Wednesday from 5 to 7 or from 4 to 6, maybe that's different, right? But from a 2 to 10 is probably not gonna fly for a free-for-all outside.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I'd probably place it on the next agenda. We'll probably be having, and this isn't to shock them and say, oh, we're gonna sneak something through, we're gonna have a special meeting, but we're on a summer schedule as far as these meetings go. But there's a lot of things that happen in the city which require special common council meetings all the time. We wouldn't Alderperson Kastner, we wouldn't like, oh, let's sneak it in for the Daniels Palace while they're not here. That's not what the intent is. So there's an opportunity before the third week in June, which is, I think, our next meeting, to take action. But certainly, I don't think the Common Council is going to take any action until there's a more definitive plan and there's some buy-in from the people next door. And there may not be buy-in from the people next door. Is that fair?
Sure, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, do you need a motion to put this agenda on the next Common Council, the third meeting in June?
I think we can remove it from the agenda for now, and if they arrive at some kind of amicable solution, we can place it back on the agenda. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Okay, is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, moving along.
Hearing us right away.
Huh?
Thanks for hearing us right away.
Oh, yeah, no, you guys don't have to stay unless you want to be, if you want to leave, I'll give you a minute or two to shuffle out, but thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's move along. There's nobody else signed up for citizen commentary this evening. Moving along to public hearings. The first one is I-1, public hearing on a special use permit for Naf Naf Middle Eastern Grill, a proposed limited service restaurant located at 5003 South 76th Street. This would be to approve a resolution for the special use permit as well as approve a site plan review of the center. Is anyone here to speak
The
for,
owners.
you're from the grill, right? So you're the applicant? Yep.
I don't have anything to say. I think we're.
Yeah, wait until they vote, if they approve it, then don't say anything. All right, go ahead, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is the remaining empty tenant space at the multi-tenant commercial building on Holmes and 76. Naf Naf Middle Eastern Grill is proposing to lease just under 2,000 square feet. They would have seating for about 30 inside, and they're proposing an outdoor patio for seating for about 16 people. They'll offer in-house dining, carry-out, delivery, catering. Hours of operation would be 10:30 to 9 p.m. The multi-tenant commercial building requires 97 parking spaces for all of the uses. 69 are provided on site. However, there's a lot of user peak hours that vary for the multiple uses on site. So staff doesn't have a concern and council may waive the shortage, which is noted in the resolution. The outdoor seating is identified here in the front. Five Guys also has outdoor seating. There was one condition that we asked the actual property owner to take care of. There was a lot of tear up over the winter of the grass area, and they've actually addressed this already and have taken care of that with the grass growing. Plan Commission recommended approval. We've received no letters of objection to date.
Can you just go back one slide? One more, I guess, sorry. So with regard to the hours of operation, do you have an objection, even though you may only be open from 10:30 to 9 p.m.? Some of the other restaurants are open till 9 or 10. Would you have an objection to having your hours of operation be between 7 and 10? No. Doesn't mean that you have to be open, but it helps later, potentially.
I thought we made that note at the last Common Council meeting.
I thought so too. I did.
So, yeah, 7
Sorry.
7 to 10, okay.
Sorry, I missed that. Okay, yes.
That also helps in the event that there's a
Yeah,
future
exactly.
special use at that location. We can just, okay. So
Consistency within the building.
I'd
We'll amend the resolution then.
entertain a motion to approve,
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
make a motion to close the public hearing. Is there anyone that would like to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? The applicant is here. Is there anyone else that would like to speak for, against, or informational purposes concerning this item? Entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Close the public hearing.
Alderperson
Second.
Kastner, second by Alderperson Akers. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. I'd entertain a motion to approve the resolution for a special use permit consistent with the revision here this evening with regard to the hours, as well as to approve the site plan review. And it looks like everything is taken care of on the site, including the grass along Holmes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
By Alderperson Bailey, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson
You can do it.
Jazwicki, sorry. He's new.
You
I
got it.
always, sorry. It's not Smith, right? You please call.
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner, Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Okay, that's all good. So before, when you said you wanted to speak, don't speak, because it had passed. Okay. Item 2 is a public.
Very good
hearing-
hummus, by the way.
Huh?
They have very good hummus.
Actually, are you guys in Illinois somewhere? Are you in Illinois? Illinois?
No, they're in Wisconsin right now.
What?
They're in Brookfield.
There's none in Illinois?
That's where the corporation's located.
Okay,
Then we franchise the rest to Wisconsin.
okay. Somebody said they went to this place in Illinois and it was really
Not
good,
yet.
so. I think it was my daughter, actually. All right.
When do you plan on opening?
September is the goal.
Okay, very good. Item 2 is public hearing on an ordinance to amend section 21.04.0603 of the municipal code pertaining to tobacco stores and other miscellaneous store retailers. The action is to approve this ordinance.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This ordinance is drafted, well, first, sorry, let me back up. There are currently 10 different stores, businesses in the city of Greenfield that are focused on vape, cigarette type of businesses, tobacco, and CBD, all of these combined identified here in the map. I'm not identifying gas stations that sell them as well, but these are stores that strictly sell just these types of products. On April 3rd, the Legislative Committee met to discuss a potential moratorium on these types of businesses, cigarette, e-cigarette, smoke supply stores, vape stores, et cetera. The committee was provided 3 options on how to address these various retailers. 1, leave the zoning code as is. The zoning code requires a special use permit public hearing for new retail businesses that want to move into the city. If they change hands, they go through the special use review process, no public hearing. Option B, impose a moratorium, which likely would be about 6 months, that would require an ordinance to be drafted. The ordinance must provide justification for the moratorium, research evidence of what concerns or problems these businesses may pose for the community. Or option 3, make a policy change, draft an ordinance, ask staff to draft an ordinance, and hold a public hearing that modifies the zoning code and simply doesn't allow these types of uses in the city anymore. So here we are today, the Legislative Committee on a 3-0 vote opted to go with option C and asked me to draft the ordinance. So that is what the public hearing is tonight. The ordinance would no longer allow new stores or businesses of this nature in the city. Existing businesses can continue to operate. Existing businesses can switch hands, whether it be a tenant or ownership, and go through a special use review process. But the new policy would be treated the same as used car dealerships in the city. So many years ago, the Common Council opted to adopt an ordinance with a similar type of policy and removed them from being allowed new used dealerships in the city. But the existing ones can continue to just change hands. So in other words, as the council adopted a policy and an ordinance many years ago, they said, we don't want any more used car dealerships in the city. That's the route this draft ordinance goes with cigarettes, smoke supply stores, vape stores, hookah, that sort of use. That's how this ordinance is drafted. So the ordinance itself seems a little complicated because I have to draft it focusing on the NAICS codes, because that's what we rely on here in the city of Greenfield to determine permitted versus special uses. So to make it simple, I listed NAICS codes that apply to these types of stores, and specifically on the NAICS website, it lists all of these uses. I don't need to read them, it's all in front of you, and includes CBD and hookah lounges. So the ordinance is drafted that these particular 6-digit codes basically get erased. They're not listed as permitted, they're not listed as special. That means you just can't open up a new one in the city of Greenfield. So that's how the ordinance is drafted at the direction of the Legislative Committee, and the Plan Commission recommended approval as well.
Is there anyone that would like to speak for or against for informational purposes concerning this item? Is there anyone that would like to speak for or against for informational purposes concerning this item?
I figured Cheech and Chong would be here, but make a motion to close public hearing.
Motion by Alderperson Kastner to close it, second by Alderperson Akers. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I'm sorry, may I say one more thing? There was a memo attached to the Common Council from the Health Department to
support.
drafted it in support of the ordinance, listing a variety of reasons. I don't need to repeat, but I did want to mention that the main reason this is because of the health of the community as supported by the Health Department.
Okay. That could be, that should be placed in the public hearing at the council's discretion, yes?
Yes,
After
Yes.
the public hearing's closed, okay. Motion was made second to close the public hearing. We voted on that, right?
We have to vote still.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Does the council wish to take any action, like adopting the ordinance?
I'll make a motion to adopt the ordinance.
By Alderperson Akers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Kastner. Under discussion. Andrew, did you want?
Briefly, Christie, in terms of potentially making an amendment, whether or not it's legal, the transition of those businesses to new owners, can that also be blocked or not?
No.
No, we
really.
did discuss that. Legislative Attorney Geary, the same question was asked. Attorney Geary said that that would cause a lot of legal issues, yeah.
Okay.
A special use is a pretty valuable property right. It attaches to the property, not to the owner,
Yep,
so.
got it.
Alderperson Bailey?
Also, in legislative, we had conversations with the city attorney, and this is what he came up with, and the city attorney has looked at this and gave his thumbs up.
Right.
Yes, that is correct. He was present at that legislative committee, and his insight was very useful, that guided the committee to what path to go down to. Yes.
Agreed. So it's been vetted by the city attorney. It's got some history with the used car ordinance that predates it by about 20 years, I think. Okay, motion was made and second to approve. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Item 3 is a public hearing, the discontinuance of a general right-of-way immediately west of 4307 South 43rd Street.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is simple. We have a random floating right-of-way identified in the yellow rectangle here and in the hatched area here. I think decades ago, there was intent to do an alley here that never came to fruition. So we've got this little floating right-of-way that once actually belonged to the parcel at 4307 South 43rd Street. The vacation or discontinuance of this right-of-way, because this little floating rectangle once belonged to 4307, gives it back to that property owner because there is record of it once belonging to that that property. Staff recommends approval, the Plan Commission recommended approval, and there was a resolution introducing this to the Common Council, I believe, in April as well.
Is there anyone that would like to speak for or against for informational purposes concerning this item? Is there anyone that would like to speak for or against for informational purposes concerning this item? I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Alderperson Akers, or second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Kastner, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. And entertain a motion to approve a resolution discontinuing the general right-of-way at this location.
Motion to approve the resolution discontinuing the
By
right-of-way.
Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Driswicki.
I just wanted you to say the name.
Would you please call? Yeah, I'm learning it.
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner. Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Okay, so next one's another exciting discontinuance. Item 4 is a public hearing on discontinuance of a portion of South 118th Street right away north of Edgerton. It's pretty consistent. It's a little bit different because there's a development that went on immediately west of it. This would revert to Mr. LaSousa, Mr. and Mrs. LaSousa, right?
We
Yes.
need to clarify the language a little bit, apparently.
Yes, we did that. I modified it. Attorney Geary already looked at it, and I already emailed it to the clerk's office. Taken care of, yes.
I note that one of the immediate owners of the property immediately adjacent to it is in attendance this evening. Is there any objection to the vacation and discontinuance of this right away?
No objections. I would speak to it only if the council has
Questions?
questions regarding the origin or the history of this parcel.
Okay, very good. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is a discontinuance of a portion of right-of-way. This is an unimproved right-of-way that was intended for 118th Street. So we're vacating just the southern portion of it. The northern 3/4 will remain right-of-way. There are utilities in this area. In addition, there is a future plan to have a pathway that connects to the Whitnall School District to the east, northeast here, and then continues west to Carpenter Avenue. Plan Commission recommended approval.
Is there anyone that would like to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? Does anyone like to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? And entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close public hearing.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Drzewiecki, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. I'd entertain a motion to approve the resolution discontinuing this portion of South 118th Street.
Motion to approve the discontinuation.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second? Second by Alderperson Drzewiecki.
Second.
Under discussion, I apologize for the misunderstanding of the verbiage of where it went back. I think the entire city knew it, we just messed up.
Yeah, the standard is half of abutting property owners get half. I use the standard language. There is history and record of this once belonging to the property owner to the east, and the entire right-of-way vacation will go to that property owner.
Right. Okay, motion was made and seconded. Would you call?
Alderperson Drzewiecki.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carries. My screen is screwing up here, so just give me a second. Okay, item K1 is a summons and, wait, no, it's before that, right? Mayor appointments, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're done with the public hearings. Old business, I don't have any appointments this evening
Not that I'm aware of.
that I'm aware of. New business under K1 is a summons and complaint received from Beersdorf and Associates, PA, on behalf of Altera of Greenfield. This was referred to Amy, our legal counsel. K2, appointments to various committees and commissions. I would appoint Nikki Cherrick to the Greenfield, as the Greenfield School District appointment to the Park and Rec Board. That was confirmed by the Greenfield School Board. And entertain a motion to confirm here for that Nikki Cherrick.
Motion to
Confirm by Alderperson Akers.
Second.
Second by Alderperson Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. With regard to the Whitnall School District appointment, apparently there was a bit of an issue with the voting on that one. So we've been asked to hold that until the next meeting, right?
Yes.
Did they get rid of their clerk, or what'd they do?
I don't know. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, though, I'll be honest.
Well, that's me, I apologize.
Now, I
Here's
keep getting
Vice
a
Mayor.
pop-up on my screen that I keep closing, so I don't know what that's about. I can't. All right, I don't think I have any members to the Board of Review, or do I?
No, the next is the Board of Health.
The Board of Health, right?
All
That's
those-
under B, 2B, mayor appointments confirmed to the Board of Health.
All those have agreed to
I'd reappoint Mary Kittens, Cindy Loranth, Andrew Martinez, and Luann Wilikowski. I'd entertain a motion to confirm those reappointments.
Motion to confirm.
By Alderperson Akers,
Second.
second by Alderperson Drzewiecki. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? I apologize, my screen is being weird here.
K3.
3, approve applications for 2023, 2024 operator license. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By
Second.
Alderperson Akers, second by Alderperson Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item 4 is approve an application for 2022-23 Class B fermented malt beverage retailer's license for Viet Pho at 5475 South 27th Street. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Driswicki, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Fantastic Vietnamese food there, by the way. Item 5, approve an application for 2022-2023 combination Class B fermented malt beverage and liquor retailer's license for Alvarez Line LLC for the property located at 5110 West Loomis Road. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Alderperson Akers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Driswicki, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye, opposed, motion carries unanimously. Item 6 is the entertainment license for that same establishment. There's no outdoor, right?
Correct.
Okay, just want to make sure.
It says indoor.
It's all indoor.
well, it
but
does say
I
indoor, but
I
it
see the
says
outdoor
not
thing there, and I
applicable.
just want to make sure it wasn't.
Yeah. I'll
I
make a
entertain a motion
motion.
to approve by Alderperson Akers. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Kastner, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 7 is approve a combination Class B fermented malt beverage and liquor license, retailer's license for Kyoto and the agent and the change of agent. It's got new ownership. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Akers, second by Alderperson
A question,
Kastner.
Mr. Mayor,
Uh-huh.
on that one. We are nowhere close on how many liquor licenses the city can issue.
Yeah,
Is this
these
a
guys already had one, but it's under new ownership, so this is a push.
Oh, it's a push, okay.
I believe how many do you know how many we have?
We get 42, and I believe they're all accounted for at this time.
And we have some reserves too.
And 2 reserves, but 14 available.
We have
to where you was-
14 available, we have? 14, roughly 14 available right now. Okay? Okay, motion was made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 8 is approve applications for amusement licenses to expire on July 31st of 2024. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Driswicki, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, item 9, this is approve renewal applications for essentially every other license there is in the city. I'd entertain a motion to approve. Of course, this is subject to the City of Greenfield ordinances regarding code compliance and payment of all delinquent taxes and charges. Entertain a motion to approve all of them.
Motion.
By Alderperson Akers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Driswicki, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 10 is approve a special use review and site plan review for Hacienda Chivalin, proposed full-service restaurant located 5110 West Loomis. Is this all good? I wasn't at the last planning commission meeting.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers, would you call?
Alderperson Driswicki.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
11 is a special use and site plan review for Kyoto. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Driswicki, all in favor? Oh, wait, you got to call that, sorry.
Alderperson Driswicki.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner. Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Okay, item 12 is approve architectural plans for installation of windows at Alta View Vet Clinic, and entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Alderperson Akers, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 13 is approve a certified survey map for proposed land combination at 6521 West Layton and a portion of 6531 West Layton. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
By Alderperson Driswicki, would you please call?
Alderperson Driswicki.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Item 14 is approve an outdoor special event application for the Ridge Community Church Thursday night events on May 18th, June 23rd, July 20th, and August 18th, and September 21st for 2023. and all applicable license and permit fees. Was that supposed to
Charging
be,
them-
was that supposed to be a waiver of those?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Waive,
wondering.
and waive all applicable license and permit fees. Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve. But don't we usually do that for
Well, not,
then, I mean, we did it for another, even though they didn't request it.
They didn't request it, but, yeah, however you want to.
so the things that we wouldn't waive are the health department things for food and that kind of thing, because we have to go through those efforts in the event that, okay, so we'd waive the others, but not, is that what you're
That makes
asking?
sense.
Entertain a motion to approve
That was me.
by Akers. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Driswicky. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously. Item 15 is approve an outdoor special event application for the House of Harley Music Series opener to be located at 6221 West Layton on May 27th. Includes the typical licenses requested up for that event. There's also, you want to take all of these together, maybe? Item 16 is for the 12th Animal Law Enforcement Day and Charity Ride on June 3rd. Number 17 is House of Harley Music Series number 2 on June 10th. Item 18 is the annual Firefighter Day and Charity Ride on June 17th. Entertain a motion to approve those four.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Driswicky.
Can I ask a question? I'm just looking at my packet and I haven't found it. What are the times?
They are all 10 to 5, all four of them.
Or what time? 10 to 5?
10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay, would you call, this is for 14, 15, 16, and 17,
Alderperson
or
Juzwicki.
18, excuse me.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
No.
Okay. Item 19 is approve an outdoor special event application for St. John the Evangelist Church Festival located at 8500 West Cold Spring for July 28th through the 30th. Includes all the licenses indicated. I didn't see a waiver of the licenses and permits. I don't think they usually,
They don't usually request that.
I don't know if we did it the last time or not. We just did it for the other one, so.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve and waive the fee.
Yeah, so.
As a, no,
So the operator licenses and retailer licenses are fine, but when it comes to, again, the health department fees that might be there, as well as the building, electrical, and plumbing fees, those are real costs, okay?
yeah.
All right, was there a motion to approve?
I made a motion.
By Bailey, is there a second?
Second.
By Driswicky, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. 20 and 21 are maybe resurrected in the future. Item 22, approve a three-party design engineering agreement with the Wisconsin DOT and Grafe USA for the design of 43rd Street from Cold Spring to Howard. Entertain a motion to approve that agreement.
Motion to approve.
Alderperson Akers, or second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Driswicky. So this is part of the grant that we received as part of the state for the reconstruction of 43rd. Motion was made and seconded. Would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Item 23, discussion decision to create a municipal court bailiff position and set salary. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, second by Alderperson Akers. So we have to call on that one.
Do we
Alderperson,
have discussion?
Uh-huh.
We have that position now, don't we? Do we have that position now?
There is, I wish I could explain it better. I don't remember exactly all this stuff with
It says
regard to this
create.
position. We do have the position now, and I don't remember what we discussed it at the Finance Committee at great length, and I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
Do you remember, Alderperson Kastner?
CSOs are taking over for the majority of the secondary work for the police departments. Now they want to use the funds that were normally being paid towards
Yeah,
anyone else.
basically
for this.
swapping A for B and B for C and kind of filling different voids.
Yep.
There's no, numbers isn't greater, it's just moving.
Shifting around.
There wasn't a discernible budget impact, it's just
Yeah, it was
the
very
changing
small.
of the duties between various folks within the department. And I didn't have any problem with it. It hasn't,
Didn't either then at the time,
had zero budget impact, from what I recall. I don't remember.
minimal, which will be absorbed within the budget.
Right. So,
Apparently they need it for more high-tech detector stuff and
yeah,
better use of resources, I guess, I don't know.
yep.
They justified it.
I just wish I remembered it. I don't remember what the discussion was then.
That was your anniversary, wasn't it?
And that wasn't my anniversary. I was at that meeting.
Some of us will work on our
No.
anniversary soon.
So, okay, so the motion was made and seconded, right? Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
If you have any questions, Alderperson Bailey, we can have the chief give you a call to explain it in greater detail. Seriously, if you want to know.
I just know that in the past, there's been a
Bucky-
famous
Bucky-
bailiff, Bucky, remember Bucky the bailiff?
Bucky, he was a musician too.
Yes, he was. But he was a famous bailiff for 30 years.
He was a famous bailiff, and he was a fantastic musician. He was probably one of the nicest people you'd ever meet in a courtroom. And a former resident of Greenfield who lived between Layton and Edgerton, I think, in 27th and 35th, over in that neighborhood. And every year religiously contacted me about the speeding cars going down Holmes.
They're not doing it anymore.
Different homes.
Oh.
Yeah, they do it on the other one now. All right, did we vote?
Yep, we're all set.
All
on
right,
to
sorry about
24.
that. Item 24 is annual partnership agreement between Milwaukee Area Health Education Center and the Greenfield Health Department. Item 25 is approve a contract amendment between the State of Wisconsin and Health Services and the Greenfield Health Department. Item 26 is approve an MOU for a new medical advisor. Item 27 is approve a new uniform affiliation agreement with Carroll University and Greenfield Health Department. I'd entertain a motion to approve all four items for our interim health director.
I'll make a motion to approve all 4 items on the agenda.
Motion by Alderperson Akers, there's a second.
Second.
Second by Alderperson Truzwicki, would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Items 28, 29, and 30 I'll take together too. These are the mileage reimbursements, disbursements, and investments and reinvestments. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Alderperson Truzwicki, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Bailey, would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. I don't have any future items other than the next common council meeting is the third Tuesday in June, not the first Tuesday, right? We're reverting to our summer schedule.
Yes.
Some of us look at paper calendars that come out monthly. I just want to make sure that,
That's right.
all right.
Nothing wrong with good old paper.
There's nothing wrong with paper unless it's wrong.
And everybody have a wonderful Memorial Weekend, because we won't see anybody.
Say what?
Everybody's got to have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend.
I can't believe it's next weekend. Is it-
It's not.
I
it's
can't
the
believe it, and thank God it's not, because I couldn't believe it if it was. Last item, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn
So moved.
by Alderperson Akers, second by Alderperson Bailey, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We are now